About 700 years after King Tut, when the Egyptian Empire had begun its gradual decline, this was a prosperous agricultural center, so there was plenty of money to spend on lavish tombs. Local townspeople are well aware that they're sitting on top of a potential bonanza of old artifacts, and they've come up with a novel way of getting at them.
When you come to a village like this, you can hear rumors. If there is a tomb, means the treasures, gold. This talks comes from one to the other one. It becomes big in the town. And that's why they wanted to build their houses above the treasures of the pharaohs.
A house built directly above a tomb allowed the enterprising homeowner the chance to dig around in his own basement anytime he needed something to sell on a black market hungry for antiquities. That practice has continued to the present day, and Zahi Hawass wants it to stop. So he's made a controversial decision by ordering some of the houses torn down.
It was a decision that they made that we have to protect this site. We have in the same time to demolish any house for the safety of the monuments. And that's really what people should know. The safety, the monuments, and the protection of the monuments are the most important thing.
The excavations under the modern village continue to turn up artifacts from a later period in Egyptian history, when Greece was emerging as a major power. This restored tomb dates from about 600 BC, during the 26th dynasty. Egypt was no longer a superpower in the region. The influence of the pharaoh had diminished, and the power of local officials had increased, especially in prosperous outposts like Bahariya.
Those people, they were able to make these beautiful tombs because they were wealthy. If you look at the size of the tomb and look also at the scenes, you will find it's equal to any tomb that is located in the Valley of the Kings.
One source of Bahariya's wealth was a wine made from dates, coveted throughout the Mediterranean world. There was money to be made picking the dates and processing them, and even more money to be made getting the wine to markets in the Northeast.
Every month, at least, will be a big route of all these donkeys going from here, maybe through the 200 miles from Bahariya to Middle Egypt. It's a difficult journey, but you have to think the end of the journey will bring wealth.
One of the people who prospered was the governor of Bahariya, another nobleman who had served a pharaoh. His tomb was discovered in 1999. The inscriptions on the tomb's walls provided new insights about the role of a provincial administrator as the empire was slowly coming to an end. This one apparently saw himself as almost an equal to the pharaoh.
It is saying that he is a priest of Isis and the priest of Osiris, and his name is written hieroglyphic Jet Khinsu Yuf-Ankh, and he's in front of the great god, and he's shown here that he will be a king in the afterlife because Osiris is holding the tools of the ruler here. And we can imagine Jet Khinsu Yuf-Ankh entering inside the temple with his priestly clothes. He's coming to meet the god alone. He's entering in this dark, bringing with him incense and giving it offering to the god. And at the same time, the offering table will be full of figs and dates because he would like the god to be happy, because Jet Khinsu Yuf-Ankh is the link between the people and the god.
Now Zahi Hawass is looking for the tomb of the governor's wife. Inside the tomb, Dr. Hawass makes a discovery that concerns him.
It seems that we have a big problem here, which I did not really figure before, and that is this existence of this hole, that I believe that maybe in the Roman period, the robbers entered from this hole and they did steal most of the artifacts. Then maybe we're not really going to find anything in this room, and this will be too bad, because even we'll not know the function of the room, because we need to find some artifacts to find out what's this really room used for.
But thieves didn't always take everything when they ransacked a tomb, especially if it had no apparent value.
في حاجة طلعت alabaster.
Zahi Hawass does a little digging of his own and eventually is rewarded.
This is nice. Oh, it's canopic jar.
It's the lid of a small canopic jar, the kind of container usually buried with the mummy. To a thief, it meant nothing. To Dr. Hawass, it means that they might be close to finding the governor's wife.